What if I told you that Islam didn't start the way you think, that its earliest teachings weren't born in isolation, but were shaped by forgotten Christian sects? The common story is simple. Muhammad, an illiterate merchant, received direct revelation from God in a world filled with pagan Arabs. A new religion was born, a clean break from Christianity and Judaism, or so we're told. But what if that's not the full story? What if the roots of Islam can be traced back to lost Christian groups, heretics, outcasts, and exiled believers who had already reshaped the region's religious landscape before Muhammad ever spoke of revelation? To understand this, we have to go back to the deserts of 7th century Arabia. We will reveal these ancient Christian sects one by one and how they influenced Islamic beliefs. Number 1, the Ebionites. Islam teaches that Jesus was a great prophet but not God, that he was born of a virgin but never died on the cross. Believe it or not, a group of early Christians taught the exact same thing. They were called the Ebionites, a sect of Jewish Christians who followed Jesus but rejected his divinity. To them, Jesus was the Messiah, but only a man chosen by God, not the Son of God, not divine. And just like Islam would later teach, the Ebionites denied the crucifixion. The Quran itself echoes this belief. They did not kill him, nor did they crucify him, but it was made to appear so to them. Quran 4, verse 157. Centuries earlier, the church father Irenaeus described them this way: they practiced Jewish customs and reject the divinity of Christ. Their beliefs were so similar to Islam's Christology that some historians wonder, were the Ebionites an influence on Muhammad's teachings? And if that sounds familiar, wait until you hear about the next group. Number 2, the Nestorians. Imagine you're a trader traveling through the Arabian Peninsula. You stop at a Christian monastery for the night. The monks here are different. They don't believe in the Trinity like the Church in Rome does. Instead, they say Jesus was two separate beings, one divine, one human. This belief would spread, and later a new religion would absorb parts of it. These were the Nestorians, a Christian sect exiled from the Byzantine Empire for their controversial views. They rejected the idea that Mary was the mother of God. Instead, they saw her as the mother of Christ's human nature only. They believed Jesus had two natures, but they weren't fully united. Now compare this to Islam. The Quran also rejects Mary as the mother of God. And beware the day when Allah will say, "O Jesus, son of Mary, did you say to the people, 'Take me and my mother as deities besides Allah'?" Quran 5, verse 116. Also, Islam sees Jesus as a prophet, not God, just as Nestorians downplayed his divinity. Nestorian influence ran deep in Arabia. They established churches, taught wandering merchants, and even had contact with Muhammad's own relatives. Could their beliefs have shaped the way Islam views Jesus? But it wasn't just Christian theology that influenced Islam. Christian stories did too. Number 3, Gnostic Christians. The Quran tells a strange story about Jesus, one where he speaks from the cradle as a baby. But here's the thing, this story isn't found in the Bible. So where did it come from? The answer lies in lost Christian texts, books that were never included in the Bible but were still circulating in the ancient world. One of them, the Infancy Gospel of Thomas, contains this exact story of the infant Jesus, miraculously speaking. Compare the texts. Quran 19th verse 29 to 30 says, "Mary pointed to the baby. They said, 'How can we speak to one who is in the cradle, a child?' Jesus said, 'Indeed, I am the servant of Allah. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet.'" Now the Infancy Gospel of Thomas says, "Then Jesus, having cried out, spoke to his mother Mary from the cradle, 'I am Jesus, the Son of God, the Logos, whom you have brought forth.'" And that's not the only one. Other apocryphal Christian writings contain stories nearly identical to what we see in the Quran. Jesus breathing life into clay birds, from the Gospel of Pseudo-Matthew, or the Virgin Mary experiencing supernatural events not found in the Bible. These lost Christian stories didn't disappear. They found their way into Islam. Unfortunately, Muslims today look at Christianity from this heretic lens. But here is the point. Islam didn't emerge in a vacuum. It was shaped by lost Christian sects, the Ebionites, who denied Jesus' divinity, the Nestorians, who saw him as a prophet-like figure, and the Gnostic Christians, whose strange stories found their way into the Quran. So now, the question is, if Islam absorbed these Christian ideas, could it be a Christian heresy? The connections are undeniable, the influences are clear, but what does this mean for the origins of Islam? You may doubt it, but the truth is out there. Will you keep searching for it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and if this blew your mind, hit the like button and share it to more people. I invite you to subscribe to Christian Chronicles if you love Christian truths. See you in the next video.